You're listening to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network. I'm Kerry, Hines. Now, we have a very special guest with us who's in the news right now. Now, his shop is called CeeLo's Barbershop, and you're in Georgia, in Lithuania, Georgia, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Lithuania, Georgia, and normally, yes, in Lithuania, Georgia.
Okay, well, we'd like to welcome you, Mr. CeeLo, to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network and to the Hair Radio Morning Show. So, CeeLo, now, we understand that there has been a huge incident. It's made international news over the Internet. Many of you guys out there have seen the video that actually shows one of the barbers in your shop being escorted by the police there in Georgia from your barbershop to a waiting police car. So will you just tell us what happened at your barbershop?
Well, I was currently away from the shop, and I got a phone call from one of the business owners that was in the plaza saying I need to come back to the shop. But the thing was, the thing to keep the news keeps getting misconstrued is, like, the incident didn't happen inside the barbershop. It happened outside in the parking lot. But the news the reports you guys keep hearing in the news is like it happened on the inside of the shop, which it didn't. It happened inside the parking lot, all the way inside the parking lot. But the reason why when the cameras came in inside the shop with her, and they kept seeing the barbers cutting, because I told them they can come in and give interviews if the barbers wanted to get on camera and say what they saw, because there was a couple of barbers who were still there actually witnessing and trying to break up what was actually going on, because it was just a small misconception that escalated from something small as a beard trim. It wasn't a full haircut. It was actually a small beard trim, and the barber got into it where he was just joking around with him. And the barber, I guess he had something on his mind that he probably didn't really want to share the information with somebody else about, and he just took it the wrong way. He didn't feel like joking around that day.
Okay, so you're saying that it was the patron in the chair, the gentleman who was taken to the hospital. The client was joking with the barber?
Yeah, they were standing on the outside, far away from the barbershop. They was actually standing in front of the sandwich shop that was located 2 doors down from the barbershop when the incident happened.
When the incident happened?
Yes, but the news keep reporting that it happened. It made it seem like it happened on the inside of the shop, but it didn't. It happened far away from the shop.
I see. So maybe because of the barber who, apparently...
Who works inside the shop.
Right, he works with your barbershop, so they just associated with your shop. So now the barber, now this gentleman who works as a barber at your shop, has he been there a long time?
Nah, he actually been there for he was like a new substitute barber. Normally what I do is give him a probation period, and that's what I suggest all shops do before you actually hire somebody on. So once you really get to know that person, which apparently I didn't have enough time to really get to know him and think he would actually do something like this.
Well, maybe you did, I guess, the way that, it depends on how you look at it. So I guess he might not, it doesn't sound like he would be too successful through his probation period, just from the sound of things.
The stories I actually keep getting, from the incident, it was actually self-defense, because the barber, he was actually by himself, and the guy walked up on him and started to fight with him.
So the barber was not actually cutting or providing any kind of barbering service to the gentleman at all?
Well, actually, he gave him a beard trim like the day before, and the following morning, the barber was on the outside of the shop, and I guess the guy actually saw him standing on the outside, and he always come up to the shop and joke around with all the barbers, but I didn't really know the guy like that, so I guess one morning, that particular morning, the following day, he was just joking around with the barber and said, you actually, you trimmed my beard too skinny. And like I was reporting earlier, the barber, he actually didn't feel like joking around or wanting to be bothered that day. So he actually tried to walk away from the guy, and the guy kept provoking him. Because in the news, they keep reporting like the barber actually jumped on the patron, but it was actually the barber was trying to avoid competition from the patron. And they keep twisting the story around, and actually it wasn't a razor blade, it was a box cutter.
It was that's even worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are all alleged, allegations. Of course, all of this is being further investigated, and I'm sure that there'll be a complete, report that eventually comes out. CeeLo, but normally at your barbershop, and just so that we can inform our listeners to the Hair Radio Show, and in case you just joined us, I'm Kerry Hines, and we're on the line right now with CeeLo, who is the owner of the barbershop that's been reported all over the news, all over the world, about a barber actually allegedly attacking a client, a patron in the chair. But as CeeLo is telling us a little bit more about this story, it has a whole lot of other different legs to it, so we're happy to get the inside story right here on the Hair Radio Show. CeeLo, again, I want to welcome you to the Hair Radio Show.
Yes.
Now, tell our listeners. Yes, you go ahead, sir.
I said it was a pleasure being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, tell our listeners, normally they can come to your shop, which tell everybody what they would normally get when they come to your shop. Hopefully a good haircut and some friendly chatter.
Usually it's friendly chatter. Sometimes we have such celebrities actually that live in the city of Atlanta actually come visit my shop. It's a real peaceful shop. It's been in the neighborhood for like 4 years now. And the group of barbers we actually have working together, like the majority of us has been working together, been together for like over 10 years at a different shop. And once I decided to branch out and get my own business, they decided to follow me from the other shop that I used to work at. So we pretty much know each other. Like 4 of the barbers that actually came with me to my shop, we actually been knowing each other for like 10 years.
Well, CeeLo, I have to ask you this, and you mentioned that the barbers go through a probationary period at your shop.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, are you leaning towards possibly keeping the barber, or you think this might be it?
Well, it depends. Well, it depends on the outcome, and I have to actually sit him down and go into further details about what actually escalated the fight, and then I treat my employees like I'm at a regular 9 to 5. He'll be judged by me and the manager. We'll sit down and discuss stipulations, but if he actually make it out, he'll be on suspension until me and the manager of the shop can come up with a solution to resolve this problem. Because if we got to decide, if we decide to let him back in, whether the customers, when they come in, whether they're going to be fighting or whatever or not. But it's something me and the manager have to sit down and discuss and see what we can come up with together. We got to put our heads together and come up and make the right solution so we can continue to have a safe barbershop like we've been having 3 years before.
Well, CeeLo, on that note, we're going to thank you for being with us. And would you, I'm hoping that you'll come back on the Hair Radio Show and give us an update once all of this is settled and let us know what happens. And we wish you all the success in the world with your shop.
Oh, I really appreciate you giving me the time to speak and resolve the situation what actually happened, because sometimes, the news reporter can actually take a story and twist it around and make it seem like it's bigger than what it really was. And really, it was basically a self-defense. Like I was reporting earlier, it was basically a self-defense because you have to think about it. Barbers are all the time getting targeted because they know we make cash money every day. And we always have to deal with certain situations where a guy is trying to get over, trying to get out a haircut, they're trying to get money back, or you never know whether they're trying to rob us because they know we're in the cash business. So we always being targeted as always having a lot of money on us all the time. So we always have to face trials and tribulations every day. So my advice to each barber or stylist is really, dominant area where you have a lot of traffic, always be safe and watch out for the guys who are always trying to get over on you or try to steam because, like I said, we always being targeted as stylists and barbers because we make cash money every day.
Well, listen, on that note, I want to say thank you so much, Mr. CeeLo, for being with us on the Hair Radio Show. It's been a great honor to have you to share your side of the story in terms of what's happening out there. So thank you so much for being with us.
I want to thank the city of New York for taking the time to bless me with coming on your show. I would like everybody in New York to know you have a great city, and everybody in Atlanta appreciate you guys for doing what you do best.
Thank you. Stay with us.
All right.